Hey folks, it is Thursday, November 12th. This is your gender forecast. The first thing that I want you to do today to help you connect the dots between what you read for homework is to read a New York Times article about how COVID-19 has been especially harsh economically for trans people, okay? After you've read that, I want you to head over to this Google Doc where I've actually copy and pasted that New York Times article. So by the way, if you have a hard time reading it on the New York Times, you can just read it in this Google Doc. But then I want you to make sure that you've got open the article that you read for homework, and I want you to engage in like a 2+1 active reading model. So the first thing that I want you to do is identify a passage in the New York Times article that relates to what you read for homework, highlight that passage, and then just explain in a sentence or two the connections that you're seeing, okay? And then after you do that, I just want you to hang around a bit and then respond. You're going to see your peers highlighting things and commenting too, and I want you to respond to what your peers are saying, okay? And just engage in a dialogue around that. The next thing I want you to do is just learn a little bit about trans mutual aid and economic precarity, all right? And so, yeah, there's a long blurb here because I want to kind of explain what I'm talking about there. But I just want you to take 20 minutes or so to look at some of these trans mutual aid projects that I have listed below. So just kind of like, poke around on these and just kind of learn about how trans people are helping each other around, economic precarity. And then I want you to head over to Slack and then just compose like a 4 to 5 sentence takeaway on what you learned today. And whether that's what you learned about trans mutual aid or what you learned about how, economic precarity particularly affects trans folks, particularly marginalized trans folks, right? So those types of things, all right? And then for homework, I want you to read the Sylvia Rivera Law Project, that's SRLP. They wrote this report on the treatment of trans and intersex people in New York State's men's prison. So I want you to go ahead and read that, and that's homework, okay? All right.